Welcome back, iCyber golfers. Got a good one for you today. So we are going to play 9 holes at Quail Hollow on the SkyTrak Courseware play offering. It's a TrakMan course, and we're going to just get that knocked out. Then we're going to play the same course, Quail Hollow, from the Rapsodo MLM2Pro offering. The goal there is just to show you how this software operates on an iPad from both of the developers, both of the vendors, both SkyTrak and Rapsodo. So let's get this underway for you guys. Going to start off by selecting Course Play. Going to choose View All. We're going to go ahead and type QUA, Quail Hollow. I'll go ahead and update it just to make sure it's all up to date. So I'm going to hit that update key. Par 72, all good to go. We're going to choose Quail Hollow. Next, we're only going to play the front 9. Next. The course conditions are going to be stroke play, double par, mulligans unlimited, because I will use this as a practice. Pin position will be easy. Lie penalties are going to be on. We're going to putt it out. So give ourselves, we're going to auto putt, not put it out. Glad we saw that. Auto putt. We're going to set it to auto putt. So a 10-foot gimme, then it's going to be a 40-foot, and then it's going to be anything beyond that's going to be 3-putt. Altitude is going to be sea level, and then the green speed is going to be fast. That's normally how we have this set up. We are going to play from the white tees. In this software, it's going to be the white tees about 6,130 yards. In the Rapsodo, there's like a magenta type tee that we're going to play from, like a violet, and it's like 6198. So I just figured those would be the closest in terms of offering the same type of experience. I'm going to go ahead and turn the volume down here. Don't know if that's going to be an issue though. You guys might be able to, don't have to worry about listening or hearing. It is on the screen here so you guys can see. I'm actually using the HDMI to USB-C adapter. So that's going to get us basically all the image that's going to be directly from the iPad to the TV here. So we can view this in that view. We're going to start off with simply a 6-iron. So let's go ahead and set this up in 6-iron territory. So we're looking for that 170, 160-ish kind of swing right off the bat. I did warm up earlier, but it's been a little bit, so hopefully this first swing goes well and we don't have to take a couple of whacks at it. Should be okay though. One of the cool things that I like about SkyTrak is that we can hit any ball. Doesn't have to be specially marked. Like with the Rapsodo, we're going to have to hit these RPT balls. They have the black dots on them that help the Rapsodo track the spin. The cool thing about SkyTrak is we don't have to do that. Another thing about the SkyTrak is it's a photometric, so I'm set up right beside it. I only need enough distance swing-wise to swing my club. So usually my screen is only about 5 feet in front of me. So somewhere along these lines is kind of where the screen used to be. I did have to move it back to the 8-foot parameter from the ball, just so that the Rapsodo will be able to pick up the ball data. So that's one thing that I do like about SkyTrak. I can hit it in a smaller confined area. I mean, other than that, like I said, we're gonna put it to the test. Immediately, you guys can see that the course is rendered pretty nicely on the iPad. So let's get it started. Let's see how it performs. 6-iron. It's gonna be our first shot. Line it up on the red dot. Which, by the way, if you might be able to see these little crosshairs here, that's for me to line up the Rapsodo. Since the SkyTrak gives me a visual indicator with the red dot, the Rapsodo does not. But once I kind of set it up in a general area, then it'll all be set. We'll go through that in a few minutes when we play the front 9 on the Rapsodo. But let's go. Let's get this round underway. Quail Hollow, hole number 1 from the white tees on the SkyTrak Course Play offering by TrakMan. It's a great 6-iron. Looks like it has a little bit of fade to it. I did feel that, so I was a little bit club face was open on that shot. Went 150 yards, and that's exactly why, because the club face was open. Didn't do that on my first playthrough. I was already warm. Unfortunately, I cooled down, so my swing mechanics are a little bit out of sync. What that does for us, unfortunately, is now it puts us in a position where this is a par 5, so it's not all doom and gloom here, but it does mean that we can't really kind of go for it. So we're going to try to hit a probably a 7-iron. Yeah, let's hit a 7-iron. See if we can get it that 150 yards. Maybe put some fade on it and try to bend it around that tree. But let's go 7-iron, second shot, par 5. That's a great 7-iron. Nice cut around the trees. That's a very good shot right there. So one of the cool things about this, what I'm trying to showcase here, is the portability of both devices. You can basically, I'm just using an iPad. I just have it connected here for just a more visual representation of the course while I'm playing it, but I don't need it. I could put that iPad on a stand right here in front of me and get the same exact experience. So that's one thing I want to showcase these two devices can do, is the portability. The SkyTrak it's fully charged up, so I'm just running this off the battery. The iPad, I do have it plugged in to the power source, but that's just because it makes it easier for me to connect it to the TV. Rapsodo's the same way. It's fully charged up, so when we go through that demonstration, we're going to also see the same type of behavior, just running off a battery. Make sure that we are recording. I've done that before. In fact, I recorded a whole session here without the mic on, and I just don't like that, especially after we've had the mic on and it's just given us really good clarity. So we're going to switch back to the 6-iron since this is 163 yards. Going to play this into the green, hopefully a draw, and maybe we can land on the green in 3, hopefully in that 2-putt territory. I got it chunky and I pulled it. So 2 wrongs don't make a right. So that's not very good in terms of contact, but again, we're down there, and I'll get looser as we play through these holes. So by the time we get to the Rapsodo version of this, we're going to be all warmed up, and hopefully that showing will go a little bit better. Alrighty, all good here. So we got about a 29-yard chip. I did take a screenshot of my wedge matrix. Unfortunately, I took it on my iPad, so I'm using that as my source. So I'm not going to be able to reference it during this round in case I need the wedge matrix. So we're looking at about a 29-yard chip. I'm going to take this 58 degree and clear that bunker and drop it in there. 30 yards. Nice little chip over the bunker. Hopefully didn't make it. That's my bad. So going to play it right out of there. Didn't give it enough, and I believe that penalty, the live penalty, got me. So it looks like we're going to start off already on the wrong foot here. Already chipping to try to make it in for par. If we don't, then it's going to be a bogey. 10-yard chip, and we have to get it up over the lip, so we have to open the club face. That's a good chip with the club face open. Should do it. Hopefully it sits in that circle, and it does. So it's only going to give us a bogey, but again, I'm still re-warming back up after I cooled off for a little bit. Just ready to go here. All right, hole number 2 at Quail Hollow. Probably the same approach we're going to take here. We're probably going to go with the 6-iron on that line, and then maybe 2 6-irons. Let's just see where we end up right here after this first shot. Going to try to play draw, get that distance out of it, maybe that 170 yards, and then more. Want to get that shot shape right also, so we can bend it around that corner. All right, so 6-iron, hole number 2. I hit that thin and low, but it's going to get some run, so we'll be okay. You guys heard that little pop? That's because it hit this the bottom here. It's okay. We got us a good distance there. I think we're now set up for a 5-iron from this distance because the 6-iron didn't carry as much. So we're going to take a 5-iron at it. Going to aim it with the iPad controls. Try to hit it on that line. See if we can get it there on the green. All right, 5-iron from 180. Plays like 195. Yeah, this club can go that distance if we catch it pure. That's a great 5-iron on a great line. We have the cut coming back. Excellent. Very good contact there. Okay, I'm happy with that. We can probably chip from there, 19 yards. I'm going to take our 58 degree and try to drop it in there for a gimme. 19 yards is doable. So let's just get it in the air, get it down there, put my weight forward, and hit through this ball, 19 yards. Hit a little bit fat. Let's see if I got it there. Didn't think I did. Yeah, I hit it fat, so did not get it in the air, and that is my fault. So just making a bit of a mess on this first opening holes here at Quail Hollow. 10 yards, see if we can do better. That's a good little 10-yard chip. It's going to be in the air. It's going to drop down. Really nice. That's a lot better. So comparatively, the SkyTrak, price-wise, the unit that I have right now is now around $1,995. So you basically can just say that it's about a $2,000 unit. I purchased this on sale during the summer. It was on sale for $1,800. The Rapsodo MLM2Pro that you're going to see here in a few minutes, after we finish this front nine, retail on that is $699. So you get a lot of the same information that you need as a golfer from both devices. Just they use two different types of technologies though. Let's see here. So this is a par 4. It's very narrow, so I am still going to take the 6-iron and try to get it down there. And then we'll see where we are after we make this shot. So 6-iron, hole number 3. Really want to try to keep it in play here though, for sure. That's a solid 6. I think I got some cut on it though, so it's going to go out to the right. I felt that. Hopefully I'm not behind a tree. If I'm in front of it, I'll be okay. That's going to be really tricky for me. We're not making pure contact. I think I'm coming across the ball. Didn't do a proper driving range session when I came back out here. So that's my bad. Gonna take another 6-iron, unfortunately. Actually, we'll take a 3-wood. We're gonna take the 3-wood at it. Just play it right off the deck. See if we can get it down there. That's just really unfortunate that we didn't get it down there further. Should have went at it more aggressively, but shoulda, coulda, woulda. Let's go. 3-wood. It's a great 3-wood. That's a great line. Nice. Considering where we were, I'll take that. More importantly, I'm very happy with the contact. It's going to leave us 66 yards, unfortunately. But what I learned is that's about a 3/4 sand wedge based off of my wedge matrix. So I'm going to take that that sand wedge, and I'm going to do a 3/4 swing with that to try to get that 60 yards out of it. We're in the fairway, so we're going to get 100% of the spin and the ball speed. Just want to play it this direction in case we pull it. 3/4 swing with the sand wedge. Let's go. Hit it a little chunky and pulled it across my body. But our distance is right. So happy with that. Again, I think it's going to be another bogey. We're on a bogey train here, I think. Yeah, it looks like it. 160 yards. It's going to be a 7-iron. Yep, 160 is a 7-iron. Not going to change anything in terms of shot shape, direction. Just going to hit this 7-iron pure and get it there. Let's go. It's a great 7-iron with some draw on it. It's coming back. I actually put a little bit of fade on it, which is perfect. Now we're just, I believe, above the pin. I want to see how far that went. 160. Look at that. Perfect number. Carried at 150, rolled out to 160. A perfect club. It's going to give us par, so we've at least temporarily slowed this down. Okay, hole number 5 at Quail Hollow. I think we're going to try to go with the 3-wood. Try to make good contact towards these bunkers and bring it back. We did have a really good shot just a minute ago with this 3-wood, so looking to repeat that. Line up for the draw, hit across the ball, through the ball. Let's go. It's a solid 3-wood. There's the cut that we are accustomed to seeing. Right in the center of the fairway. Excellent. That was a really well executed 3-wood. You're gonna go, if you go to my Cyber Golf U playlist, you're gonna see a comparative video where I load up SkyTrak, Rapsodo, SkyTrak driving range, Rapsodo driving range, one golfer hitting into both driving ranges at the same time, so you can see comparative data. That video is pretty amazing. There was about 1 or 2 shots that were just completely off. The rest of them, they followed the same shot trajectory, and the distances were only about 5 to 10 yards different on some clubs. So really looking forward to sharing that information with you all later. 194, this is going to be a 5-iron again, just because of the distance. It's a par 4. Yeah, this is out. This is a pretty lengthy course. We were playing from the whites. We generally play from the silvers, but again, this is so that I could match up better with the Rapsodo software. Solid 5. We have some cut. I think we might end up in that bunker. Yes, just barely. We needed about another foot and we would have been okay. Unfortunately, we didn't get it, so now we're a little bit in trouble. I did catch it a little bit on the heel, so didn't catch it pure in the center of the club. That could have been all the difference. The shot shape I was really happy with, though, so not all doom and gloom. Let's take the 58 degree. We're going to open it up and try to get it in the air for this chip onto the green. 26 yards, we have to get it. We have to get it up and out. All right, 58 degree. I hit that, bladed that. Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I'm going to mulligan that. You guys don't see me do that very often, but I'm going to mulligan that because I absolutely bladed that ball. Instead of digging it out, I bladed it. So I can make a better shot. I believe I can. Let's go. Yep. And it read. What a great chip out of there. That's a good flop shot. So you guys saw where that hit. This is a 58 degree. I got underneath it. My thing hit about right here and shot back down. So that would not normally worry me when my screen or my net is 5 feet away from me. But now that it's 8 feet, I just got to be cognizant of that. Did we hit a bogey on that too? I believe so. Yeah, we're sitting at +4. So certainly would not be a good one, a good showing for the trying to do your +10 or under. But again, we're playing from the white tees further back. 195, it's 188. Yeah, we're still gonna have to take a 5-iron at it. It's back there. So that's what we're gonna have to do. So we're gonna aim this out slightly to the center and see if we can bring that back. Really try to make pure contact though, because that's the problem. I haven't hit this clean. Let's see if we can get it this time. That's a lot better. There's some cut. Man, I should have just left that dead center and that would have been a perfect shot. Yep. We would have got our distance out of it if we would have hit it straight. But contact was good. I did whip it. I did come across it, so I know that's my problem. Got to fix that. 40-yard shot. So that is going to be, I believe, a 50% approach wedge from my wedge matrix. So I want to take this halfway and through. That's the goal. Approach wedge, 40 yards. Might come across my body slightly. Let's go. That's what was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. I'm going to hit that one again. This approach wedge has been doing that from that type of setup. So let's mulligan. Let me get this ball back. Okay, again, you guys know I use this as a practice session, so let's just fix that right now. Don't let it get out of hand. Okay, looking for a 40-yard chip with the approach wedge. That's a good one. It came across my body. That's the distance I wanted, just not the right line, I believe. I think it went through the... Are we on the green? Yeah, we're near the gimme circle. That went 41 yards. So yeah, that was a perfect shot with the approach wedge. So I had the right club in my hand. I did mulligan it so I could get a better take on it. We're at the 7th hole now. And I'm just going to run these back to back. So I'm going to just power this off, power the Rapsodo on, get it all lined up, all real time for you guys once we go to get through the 9th hole. 277 yards. There's a lake. I mean, there's a creek over here, so I don't want to go near the creek. I do want to get it out there. I mean, 200 yards is a long way. I think because it's downhill, we can probably take a 5-iron at it. Yeah, let's take a 5-iron and see if we can at least get 200 yards. And then we'll see where we are after that. Just don't feel comfortable right now with the 3-wood. Not really warm. Just not really kind of feeling that just right off the bat. Gonna have to warm up a little more. All right, let's go. 5-iron. Try to hit that draw shape. Hit it heely. Again. But we did get it over there, at least to the next cut. Okay, probably going to be another 5-iron. Let's just see where we want to end up though here to leave us 100 yards in. Remember, that's our magic, right? So that's a good little location right there. So we get 160 yards. Let's take a 7-iron, see if we can get it 160 yards, and then that'll leave us basically a 9-iron in. So let's go 7-iron. See if we can make good contact with this and move on down. It's a great 7-iron on a great line. Nice. Ball out of there. It's going to be in the fairway. Very good. Yeah, 173 yards. Pretty nice 7-iron right there. 110 left. It's going to be more of that pitching wedge. Let's see what the front... Yeah, we want to clear that. Yeah, we're going to take a pitching wedge at it, I believe, because it's up. It's up 2. We do want to clear the... Yeah, we do want to clear the bunker. So let's take the pitching wedge, take a nice easy swing at it, and just get it up there over the bunker, onto the green. It's par 5, so as long as we get up there, we're going to par this one. We do got to clear that bunker, though. That's the only thing. It's our objective. Hit a little thin, but it's a great line. Sit down. Okay, we'll be chipping from there, but we're pin high. So we'll be good. That's a makeable 8-yarder. Just got to execute. Ended up top 20 in the last week's Simulator Golf Tour tournament. We played the same one that the professionals played. So we played the Waste Management Phoenix Open. We played it there at the TPC Scottsdale Stadium course. Again, on the Forward Auto Putt Tour, I was in, I think 17th place, 15th, I can't remember, but it's top 20. I was in under 20. And then in the Web Auto Putt, I was in 55th position. Both of them, I was in position to get points. So that's all I really try to do is get points week to week. So I can add to my world golf ranking. All right, 8 yards. It's a good little chip. Nice line. Very good. Very good. Delicate touch. Okay. Going into the 8th hole. Par 4, looks like it. Quail Hollow. Okay, I think we don't want to go for this, so we certainly want to bring this back to manageable territory. Probably gonna be that same little 6-iron. Yeah, 6-iron, then maybe an approach wedge. Just depends on how far how far the 6-iron goes, how much pure contact we make with it. So let's go 6-iron. Hit a little bit on the heel side. Should be okay though. In terms of position and distance, yeah, we'll be all right. Still got our 160. Just didn't catch it solid. Almost got the 170, so we're good. 113, that's left. That's pitching wedge. We just hit that a second ago. Gonna hit that same club now. Pitching wedge. Let's aim slightly over to the right, and let's just play a little draw up there over the bunker. Just want to make good contact. I caught a little thin last time. Let's see if we can catch it pure this time. That's a pure pitching wedge on a great line right at the pin. Should clear the bunker. Yeah, very good, very good. Look at that, right beside the gimme circle. Distance was right on. So a lot better contact with the pitching wedge. So I imagine when we play the Rapsodo, we'll be warmed up. 9th hole here. Alrighty, let's see what we have. Yep, you guys know my philosophy, right? Just get it down there. I mean, I would feel okay taking a 5-iron at it at this point, just to see if we can get it down there. Then we have a lot less of an approach. Just, I need to make a good pure 5-iron contact though. Haven't got a good one yet. Maybe this will be the one. 5-iron. Hit it thin and across my body, so 2 wrongs. Gonna end up in the forest possibly. As long as I have a look at it, I'm gonna hit it. So it looks like it's straight through. That was my mistake. So now I have to live with that mistake. I hit it thin. It's time to save it now. Okay. Basically just a straight shot. Want to just hit it maybe slightly this direction. Yeah, that's what we got there. So again, there's some trees in the way. This is going to be a little tricky, but if we can make good contact, we can be all right. Just got to make the contact though. Haven't done one yet. All right, 5-iron, back to back. That's a lot better 5-iron right there. Should clear the tree. Yep, went right through the tree. Nice little rollout. Okay, I'll take that. We were in the straw, pine straw, so that took some of the distance off. It's going to leave us 80 yards. I do have an 80-yard club, but I got to remember which one it was. Was it a 3/4 approach wedge? I think it was. I think it's a 3/4 approach wedge. That's what we're going to take. We're going to hit a draw, 3/4 swing with the approach wedge. Let's go. It's a great approach wedge. Great line. See if we got our 80-yard shot. There we go. Awesome. So again, putting in that wedge matrix work earlier this week certainly helped. I hit my 80-yard number. I knew that my approach wedge 3/4 swing was an 80-yard club. Those were distances I just was not confident with before I did that wedge matrix. So you could see we finished this Quail Hollow from the white tees on the SkyTrak course plate offering at plus 4. Yeah, plus 4. So it's 36 out. We shot a 40. All right, so we shot plus 4 on this go at it. Let me go ahead and change course here. I'm going to exit this, and I am going to turn the SkyTrak off so it does not impact from a radar or a Doppler standpoint. Close that out. Don't know who these guys are. Should have did do not disturb. Alrighty. We are going to launch our Rapsodo software. We are going to fire up our Rapsodo, which is actually underneath this camera. And then we're going to get it all lined up. So you guys can see the software there loaded. So we're going to hit play. And we're going to do courses. Now it's going to go through the pairing. So we're going to pair the Rapsodo with the iPad. We're going to do a direct connect. So it's going to broadcast its own little signal after it boots up. And then we're going to go through an alignment. So there we go. There's the Rapsodo personal network that it's setting up. And I like going real time with you guys so you could just see, you know, how easy it is to actually set this stuff up. The only thing we got to make sure is we change to our RPT balls. That'll be the only thing we got to make sure we do. Okay, so we're going to do stroke play. Continue. There it goes. It changes to landscape mode. We are going to do, I think, Quail Hollow. Yeah, there it is at the bottom. I already selected it once just so we could be ready for it. It's going to load the course data. Again, since we're using the same source, I figured that's the best way to do the comparative video. I'm going to get my RPT balls ready because I will be using these. Loading course data. Maybe I didn't do that right. Oh, continue. Okay, I'm gonna go with the regular player. This is where we're gonna choose that little violet. So it looks like it's the 1, 2. So you see the green, then you see the white, then you see the one underneath it. That's the one we're gonna load. This one right here, 6198. This is pretty representative of what we just played. We're gonna play the front 9. We are using the Pro V1. We are just going to do it in the high settings. I think the SkyTrak did it in maximum settings. I'm not going to change it because it's already done its evaluation. We're going to play it at sea level. We have the same setup, so we're going to turn live penalties, or they call it terrain penalties in Rapsodo, the 10 foot, the 40 foot. We're going to start the simulation. So this is apples to apples now. That's what we're talking about. It might make us go through an alignment video here in just a second, which I would expect. And if we set it up right, there's going to be the ball being placed in this position is going to be what we want. So we can see that we're kind of off right now. So I'm going to make some adjustments to the Rapsodo. I'm going to turn it till this alignment is right. So you can see now the ball is in the middle. So now I'm going to hit continue. Let's see if we're level. We are absolutely level, so you see 0, 0. That's optimal. Let's see if we are in the hitting zone. We are in the hitting zone, so this is set up to the best of its ability. That's exactly what we got here. I'm going to do not disturb just while we do this video. Okay, that way we don't get any more of those indicators. Okay, so we're all set up here. I'm going to do start session. And again, so we don't mess up any of the Doppler, I'm going to turn that fan off. And this is Quail Hollow. So this is what we just played. You can obviously see the difference, right? Doesn't quite look like the course we just came off of, right? It looks a little bit different in terms of it's not as populated with all the surroundings, but the hole, the bunkers, the cart paths, those are all legit. They're exactly the same. And this is kind of what you're either sacrificing by going with the this current version, the Rapsodo software running on a mobile. This is all they have to offer right now. What they do have coming in 2026 is PC software. So they do have, or will be having, a PC version of this software coming out. That is going to basically, I believe, it's built on the Unity 6 platform, which is the same thing that GS Pro and all the other vendors are using to do their courseware. So we're going to take this first shot. We expect this 6-iron. That's what we're going to take, which, by the way, I'm going to go try to select all my clubs in this. So I'm going to choose 6-iron so I can keep track of all my distances in this round. We didn't have to do that with the SkyTrak. This is just something additional you can track inside of the Rapsodo. So 6-iron, traditionally, we expect this club to go about 166 yards. If we catch it pure, I'll tell you after I hit it if I felt like I hit it pure. So here we go. You know, one of the things we can turn on? Let's do this, because this is kind of cool. Auto replay on. Let's do that. Is it video? We'll see if that's what I'm talking about. So what that would do, I think, is going to be it's going to show the video after we hit it. Let's try this again. This is one of the features of the Rapsodo that I really like. 6-iron. It's a solid 6-iron right down the middle. Looks like it read it. It's on its way. More importantly, we are getting the distances you would expect to see from a 6-iron from me, basically. Here's the replay. Cool. So this is one thing you get with Rapsodo if you choose. That's me hitting the ball. If I wanted to, I could choose the, oh, didn't choose it in time, but I could choose the impact video. So I might switch it to that just so that we can see that next time as well. Again, I don't have a visual indicator like a red dot, but I did create this little crosshair with the stickers to indicate that I'm in the right position. So this is a par 5. So we are going to take that same strategy, same approach. We're in a better position, but you can see there's not as many obstacles in the way as there are in the actual TrakMan courses, because they don't have a lot of the foliage that you would normally see. This is a tree line, and I wouldn't be able to take this shot on this path if I was in this position, I believe. I believe that tree line in the other simulation would have been blocking me. I'm going to take another 6-iron, try to make the same shot, see if we can get it down there another 160 yards. It's another 6-iron, hit, executed very well. Same shot shape. And we are in the green. That one went 172 yards. Total 180. Again, I trust that based off of how I hit it and how I can hit a let me do impact. This is the one I was talking about. That's me actually hitting the ball. That is so cool right there. So during this session, I'm going to leave these on just so that you guys can see it. There is a way to set the preference. Let me see if I can set that preference right here. If I can do it quickly, I will. If not, don't worry about it. There's a way. There's a way to do it where it'll only just show me that ball impact video, but that's okay. I'm okay actually just going over there and you know, adjusting it. 77 yards. You guys know my 77-yard club, right? It's going to be my lob wedge. This is going to be a little tricky because I am further back. I think it'll read easily, so I don't think I need to do anything other than hit this shot. I am going to aim slightly to the right, just to account for that shot shape that I'm about to hit. So let's go. 77 yards, lob wedge, looking for this to land right there at the top. It's a great one. And it read. And we went 80 yards with some backspin. I trust that. That was a solid lob wedge. So I trust that. There's the replay. And then here's the impact vision. Caught it pure. Got draw spin on it. More importantly, you know how I have to worry about the SkyTrak picking it up? That Rapsodo, I didn't have to worry about 1 inch in front of the red dot, any of that stuff. So we end up with a par on the opening hole at Quail Hollow in the Rapsodo software. So let's go ahead and play the next one. What I'm going to do video-wise is I'll stitch hole 1 from the SkyTrak, and then I'll put hole 1 from Rapsodo right after it. Then I'll do the same thing for the remaining holes. So you'll end up seeing 18 holes. It'll just be 2 shots or 2 representations, one right after the other. Okay, same approach here. Gonna take the 6-iron. Gonna try to put it in that nice little spot we want to be in. Gonna try to put some draw. You can almost see a little bit of elevation there trying to show you, but you know, is what it is. Not a lot of tree line here. The other one, there's a lot of tree line, so that's more intimidating. All right, 6-iron with some draw. That's a 6-iron with draw. I felt it. Yes. Now I said there's no tree line, and here I am in the trees. Looks like I went through, so I should be okay. We're gonna watch the video replay, me hitting the ball, and then the impact. There's the draw. You see the blue tape? That's nice. Awesome. Okay, very cool. So now we have 133 yards left. That's going to be a 9-iron. So let's take the 9-iron. We're not going to change anything in terms of alignment. We're going to try to hit this 9-iron normal. So I'm lined up in the crosshair. I'm lined up here. And in a minute, I'll just double check. After this shot, I'll show you guys how you can check your alignment in the middle of of a round or a practice session. So just looking for the draw. 130 yards is what we're targeting. 9-iron. It's a solid 9-iron on a great line. That is a great 9. Should be up at least in the, hopefully, yeah, in the 2-putt territory. So that should give us par, I believe. So again, I did mention that I would probably play this better just because I was warm. There's my draw, and that's the amazing part about this. That's the amazing part about this. You got that instant feedback, and I'm cool. It's cool because I'm including this in the session for you guys to see it. And this gives you something now comparatively to say, you know what, the graphics are not that important to me right now. I know they're coming out with some better ones, but what is important to me is that swing camera, that impact vision, and the cost. Those are things that now you can weigh pros and cons and decide for yourself which one you want, which one makes sense for you. Either of these, I would be happy if it was the only one that I had. Either of them, they would be fine. I'm gonna go ahead and take the same approach here. It's pretty lengthy though. I think we can probably see if we can take a 3-wood at it, just because again, I don't have a lot of foliage to block me. So I'm gonna just aim it this direction. Gonna play the 3-wood and try to bring it back. That's gonna be the goal. Plus we get to get a cycle in with the 3-wood with the Rapsodo software. So let me line this up because this sometimes can go low. It can whip pretty heavily. All right, let's take a 3-wood, see if we can smash it out there. I topped it. It's probably gonna read it. It is. So, gonna take a mulligan just so I can show you guys. Plus, I was not happy with that contact. We'll see it in the swing cam. Topped it. This is really where it matters. You can see right there exactly what happened. So yeah, that's what I expect. But more importantly, we're gonna go here. We're gonna take a mulligan. We're gonna say yes. No harm, no foul. We're gonna take another whack at it. Same approach. This time we're gonna make better contact. So again, perfect training tool right here because I had an idea of what I did, but the MLM2Pro software showed me visually what I did wrong. And I basically caught the ball right here on the heel and on top. That's what caused that nastiness. So let's go. 3-wood, better contact. Let's get it down there. That's a lot better 3-wood. It's gonna have some cut to it. That's why we aim that direction. But now we're down there and now we're able to play. Again, if we were playing the same type of software that we just played with the TrakMan, I would be in trouble. I mean, I would be in the woods. I would be battling for my life out of there. Oh, didn't see that replay. But here's the cool part. If I want to go back and review it, down here under the hamburger, there's a little, looks like a recycle bin with the triangle. I can hit that and then go to impact vision and I can watch that. And there it is, pure contact. I came across the ball. You see my club. That's what causes the fade. These are the visual indicators that you get with this type of software. The only thing it doesn't do is with the iPad is you can't use your keypads to actually aim the shot. So I'm going to play it this direction. I'm going to play a 5-iron. I'd rather be underneath the hole slightly with the 5-iron than to, you know, drive the green with the wood. Another thing you want to be cognizant of is that there's 2 bunkers there that are on the left-hand side. There's some contour here, so you can see these bunkers are not just stale and static. You can see that there's actually some depth to them. So it's not completely, you know, just a horrible experience. You still get the visuals. All right, 5-iron. It's a solid 5-iron. There's the cut. Should come back. Yeah, that's a good one. I think I got too much of it. Okay, not bad. We're going to end up in the green. Probably right on the light fringe. There's my shot vision. And there's my impact vision. Amazing. I do have the fans off. I do hear that if you have fans on, that can cause some disruption to the Doppler signal. I do have a LED light. It's not a fluorescent light, so I don't believe that LED light's going to cause any issue. But now we have an opportunity to chip. So this was one of my pet peeves that I just absolutely despised when I first tested had this MLM2 Pro in my possession. Just did not pick up chips. These are easier. These are 30-yard chips, but when I was chipping, like I needed to chip 5 yards, 2 yards, it was not picking those chips up. Now with the software change, it is picking the chips up. So let's go ahead and hit this 30-yard shot, get it on the green, and see if we can score. 58 degree, 30-yard chip. I hit that, I bladed it. Did it read it? It didn't read it. So that's a perfect indicator of what I just said. I hit that shot poorly, and that's what it did not read because of that. That happens with the SkyTrak as well. So that's not a pure issue with the Rapsodo here. That was a poorly executed shot on my part. Let's check alignment though to make sure we're still good. So I'm going to hit the hamburger. I'm going to hit view alignment. And let's just see if we're in line. So I'm slightly off center. I need to push it this way. That's true. Let me just check it again. I'll do continue. We're still level and we're still in the box. So we're good. That's how you check the alignment. Hit the hamburger, hit view alignment. It takes you back to that little session. All right, let's see if we can get a better chip. Get it in the air and then it should read. All right, let's go. That red. I saw the blue dot. And that was about a 30-yard chip. That felt like one. I caught it pure. So, yep, we're good there. That makes sense to me. Everything lines up. There's the replay. Let me go ahead and watch the impact camera on that shot if it lets me. It may not. It may go on to the next one already for me. It's going to two-putt me. Yeah, all good. I'll check that next time on the chip just to see that contact, because that's vital information when you're chipping. Ended up with a bogey, but that's my fault for not reaching the green. Did not play aggressively, to get it down there. That was a pretty lengthy par 4. But this is comparative, so I feel like we're playing the same distances that we were playing in the SkyTrak software. So I feel like it's right. And this one's a perfect example. This par 3 was 160 yards in SkyTrak. It's 150 yards here, so it's very comparable. And 150 yards for me is an 8-iron, all of an 8-iron. And it doesn't look like they have any course elevation, like it's not above us, which I don't remember if it was in the other one. Oh, you know what I have not been doing? Cardinal sin here. Have not been changing my clubs to keep track of it. So I'll see if I can remember that. It's just, I'm so used to just playing and not worrying about it. But that's something I believe is valuable for going back and evaluating your clubs. All right, let's hit an 8-iron, 150 yards if we can, with some draw. Anything, we just want to get it on the green. We hit it a little chunky. We did pull it across our body. Don't know if I'm going to clear that bunker. Okay, I got lucky and landed in between the bunkers. So this will be another good chip. Let's look at the swing cam. And then let's look at the impact vision. Again, pulled it across my body. That little blue tape you see is a perfect visual to show what my club path is doing. And it doesn't show blue in the black and white, but it's basically, you can see it if you look. It's at the front of the screen. So 17-yard chip. This is doable. I believe we can make this into that one-putt territory if we get a good chip. So aligned on the blue this way, aligned on the blue this way. Let's just make this 17-yard chip. Looks like there is some slope there, but I just can't tell. This is another pet peeve that I hope they fix, is that you can see some type of the grain to see if it does slope. I think visually it looks like it does for me, but with SkyTrak, you can see those dots. And I'm going to check to see if there's a way to turn that on, like so you can actually see it. But since putting is not a thing in Rapsodo right now, I don't imagine it's going to be anything they kind of focus on. All right, 17-yard chip. Oh, that was absolutely horrible. Yeah, I expected that. I'm going to mulligan that. Actually, I'm going to look at it because I'm pretty sure I bladed it. And then I'm going to mulligan it because I didn't catch it. So let's look at the impact vision. Yeah. And when I mean bladed, if you notice, I did not go underneath it at all. You didn't see the ripple of the green. So I'm going to mulligan that. Yes. We're going to retake that shot and we're going to hit it properly. But that's what this is for. This is a training session. I want to show you the software and I want to show you how you can make these adjustments and fix things real time. So I want to get underneath the ball this time. And we should see in the replay video, you're going to see the green is going to actually, it's going to be a wave if I hit this ball properly. 17 yards. That was a good chip. High in the air, drop down. It's going to run away from us, unfortunately. But we'll get a chance to look at this. That was a 19-yard chip. I don't know about that. I could have got a little forceful. But here's where I'm talking about. There's the ripple underneath it. You see that I cut into the grass and I got underneath it. That's what made that shot go in the air. The one before that, I bladed it. You didn't even see the blade cut into the turf. So that's why, you know, it went flat and it shot all the way across. Oh man, it's gonna make me chip this again. So a 12-yard chip. I'm over here jabber whopping. I need the 58 degree still to make this, to finish this off. But we're gonna get to see this again in real time. A nice little delicate chip. Again, we're testing the limits because I could not, these were really difficult to pick up last time. I want my weight forward. Nice little touch here with the 10-yard chip. It's a good little 10-yard chip. Got it in the air. Should be in the circle. All good. More importantly, let's go look at the replay camera and let's watch that one. Okay, there's a 3-foot putt. It's going to give me that. I don't think it's going to give me the option. Yeah. Once it putts out, I don't think you can. I can go back later and look at that if I wanted to. But that one felt nice. That was a nice chip. And you can tell just because the ball, it went in the air, shot up, landed somewhere in the center. So that means I got underneath the hole. I'm just curious if I hit the replay, is it going to show me? Yeah, it loads it up for every hole. Okay, so let's go ahead and, I think we can try the, yeah, let's hit the 3-wood here. Let's hit it on that line. And let's see if we can get it down there. It's good exercise, good work for us to try to work this 3-wood. And then also to test the capabilities of this MLM2 Pro. 3-wood. All right, here we go. Looking for a little bit of a cut to it if we can. Just gonna have to see what we get though. I topped it, but it's gonna run because it's downhill. Yeah, that's terrible. Gonna go ahead and stick with that, I believe, because I want to play it out of the sand. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there, and let's look at the impact. Impact vision is going to show me catching it on the heel and coming across it. So everything's wrong with that shot. You see how low that ball flight was? That's what I expect. And again, visually, that's exactly what I saw. So 167 yards, 26, it's uphill. This is going to play like 170. I mean, we're going to have to hit like we'll hit a 6-iron just to get it out of here. But again, that lip might be a problem for us. So trying to get it up over that lip might be an issue out of this lie. We're going to find out when I swing 6-iron. Try to get that 160, 170 pure contact. Solid 6-iron. Got it up. But again, it killed it. It killed all the distance. I'm going to check this ball to make sure it's not cracked. It did sound kind of funny. Which that will impact the distance. But I think more importantly, I got spin off of the bunker, which is normal. I mean, I hit it fat out of the bunker. Might have caught the lip, caused that to roll over end over end. Shot down, didn't get very much distance out of it. The cool thing here is you can see your shots progressively, where your drive landed, where your next shot landed. So when you're piecing this all together, you can see how you actually played this hole from a strategic standpoint. So we're in the rough. It looks like at the bottom. So in the mini map, you can see underneath it says rough, and there's a percentage. I'm going to get 80% speed and 80% spin, or 90% of the speed or the club, and I'm only going to get 80% spin. So those are what impacts your flight of the ball. And that's what terrain penalty does. So we need to go 90 yards. We technically need to go over 100. So I'm going to take the approach wedge, and we're going to hit the approach wedge, a full approach wedge. Try to reach that 100-yard mark with this approach wedge on this line. And we're going to see what kind of impact we have, because I'll tell you if I hit it pure, if it should be a 100-yard shot. Let's go. That's a 100-yard shot. Yeah, that was a 100-yard shot. I felt it, everything about it. All good. All good. Now, you know, I ended up on this side, but I just wanted to chip more. Very good. That's the swing. Let's look at the impact. Solid. Solid contact. I didn't change my my clubs in the software, so I'm still hitting an 8-iron. 18-yard chip. Again, this is really giving us some good tools to practice. 18 yards. Keep your foot forward. We want to dig into the turf, get underneath the ball, and shoot it in the air. That's a nice little 18-yard chip, in my opinion. Yeah, we got it there. It ran out. So again, the greens might be a little bit fast. I can't tell. That's the problem. So I hope they fix that with their next version of the software. Or I'll go research to see if it's something that I can turn on just to better plan my shot. If I knew it ran away from me, then that would be better. I can play my shot better knowing I got to leave it short so it can run out. That's one of the things that I'm just not very happy with. But again, overall, I can live with that. 200 yards, 5-iron. I'm going to say 5-iron. I'm going to actually hit a 6. Nope. Let's see. 200, 180, 170. Yeah, we're going to hit a 6-iron. It's 21 feet below us. So that should play more like, this should play more like a 170-yard shot. And that's what we're gonna aim for, 170 yards to get it there because of the elevation change. There's no wind either, so that's not gonna impact us. All right, 6-iron. Solid 6-iron. That is a great 6-iron. Let's go. Wow. Okay, I mean, I can live with that, honestly. 170. That felt pretty good. There's the shot vision. Let's get the impact vision now. Dead center, solid swing. And you can see that little sticker. That ball went straight on that line. That's how I know I hit it pure. Okay, 31 yards. Okay, we got a sand wedge for that. I'm sorry, we got a 58-degree wedge for that. This shot is in our bag. Let's just dial it in and get it there. All right, let's go. Let me get this out so it doesn't impact any of the telemetry from this shot. Don't know if that causes any issue if it picks up another ball. Let's go. 31 yards. We're in the rough. Oh no, we're not in the we're in the fairway, so we're good. It's a good chip. Just out of the gimme circle. Whew, man. But we got our distance, 34 yards. So happy with that. This is what I wanted to see, one of these chips in the impact vision. You could see it dig into the turf. Straight line with the tape. So man, the visuals of this, I could live with the graphics. Because this for a training aid, oh man, it's so impressive. So impressive. Let's see what our final score is going to be, because I think our numbers are kind of high right now. I think we shot a 40 on the other SkyTrak software. Looks like we're trending for that same type of finish. 250 yards. This is a par 5. Okay, I remember this from the other course. We wanted to keep it nice and tucked right there. And I remember with the other course, we barely made it like to the fringe right there. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to play the same thing. There's that little brook. I said there was some water we had to kind of avoid. So very representative. Let's aim that way. Let's go ahead and play a 5-iron. Let's try to keep it in the fairway. That's the goal. So take a 5-iron, see if we can light it up, then see where we end up. Solid 5-iron. What a great shot. We should be on the fairway. Yeah, with that one, yes. That felt like 85 yard shot, 183 yards. That was pure. I want to watch the replay. I'm kind of obsessed now. The swing is great, and you can slow this down too. Solid draw, perfect. That is a perfect 5-iron. That leaves us now something we can cut in half. So again, let's use that simulator golf strategy, the same thing that I've used in the real world when I played. Let's cut this hole in half and make it a manageable approach. So if we go 150 yards, let's go 160. So let's hit a 7-iron and then a 9-iron. That's going to be our goal. Try to hit a 7-iron, 160 yards, and then a 9-iron. Okay, that's what we're trying. So let's take this 7 out and let's just blast it down there on a good line. And then we'll hit hopefully a 9-iron into the green. That's a solid 7. Great line. It's going to be on the light rough. Curious to see what penalty we get off of that. Would really prefer to be on the fairway. Solid contact, impact vision. I mean, I'm obsessed with this now. Very cool, very cool. If you slow it down, you'd also see the dots, so you can see the spin that's coming off of that calculates all this. We're still in 9-iron territory here. So we're going to take our 9-iron and we're going to attack this pin exactly where it's at. Now, it's going to be a little tricky. We have to carry it. So draw, that's our friend. We want to draw it so we could get at least somewhere to the right, to the left. So this is a bit of a gamble if we don't make it 130 yards. I believe there's water there. So let's get it on the first try. Oh, I think I might have pushed it out to the right. Let's see if we got it there. What a great shot. That's a birdie, guys. Let's go. That is a great 9-iron. I felt that from a contact standpoint. Solid, dead center. That ball's going straight on that tape. Perfect. So that should one putt us. We might have got a stroke back, or at least we didn't lose one. If this is a par 5. One putt. Might have got a birdie. Let me double check now. Yes, sir. Birdie. So there you go. I told you guys we're going to be warmed up. So we're going to be ready to go. Well, let's go at it. This is where I would normally then follow up with the simulator golf tour session. Not going to do that. Again, same approach here. I remember we cut this one in half. We said, what do we need? So we need 170 yards. That's going to be a 6-iron, and then we need 120. So that's the philosophy I'm going to follow. 6-iron, then hopefully a 9-iron. Let's go. Just got to hit the 6-iron pure. Oh, club face turned on me. I'm going to go see that in the replay. Good news is I got some fade on it. Bad news is I'm not going to probably get all the distance out of it. But this replay is going to tell me what I felt, which is I felt the club face turn at impact. Let's see if this is true. There it is. Club face turned. That is awesome. That is awesome that I now know exactly what's occurring, what's causing it. And that video evidence just reiterates everything. Which again, you only get better. You only understand why the ball is doing what it's doing based on your feel. When I tell you I hit that thing pure and that thing goes straight and we see it in the replay, this is something you don't get with SkyTrak in terms of replay. Maybe one day the cameras that are making those adjustments, they'll be able to do the impact vision. I imagine they're capturing that data somehow to make those adjustments. It's not anything that actually makes it into any of our software that we can do something with. So that was our first shot. Oh, sorry, we're 136 yards out, so we're good. I think we can go with the 9-iron into this. It's 130 if we make it to the front. Oh, it's up. We're gonna hit an 8. The only reason we're gonna hit an 8 is because it's up. I'm gonna try to make good contact with it, maybe 3/4 swing. Just wanna get this 140 yards. This is my 150 yard club though. And we're in the fairway, so we're not going to get any penalty. I'm going to try to make a 3/4 swing and just get it there. I did pull it across my body. I felt that. I think I was thinking too much about 3/4, but that would have been the right distance. That would have been a really good shot. There's 140 yards. So good. Again, like learning where my hands need to be. There's a 3/4. You can see I did not go all the way above my head. And then this is going to show that I pulled it across my body. The ball leaves to the left of that tape, which is my center line. That's the indicator of why the ball did what it did. Visual playback. That is just so valuable on a $699 launch monitor, which is sitting behind me in my garage, delivering very, very accurate data. So now we have to chip 28 yards. It's up 3. This is a bit of a difficult one, just because. And here I'm looking at this on the. Maybe you guys can see it from your viewing as well. It does appear like the green is kind of slanted, slightly from left to right. But I like to see those little bitty dots that show me it. I think that would make all the difference in the world. Even if you can't putt, it'll show you what it's supposed to do. Which I'll try one more time to see if there's a green view or something. So there's offset, graphics quality, custom trace, show metrics, flyover. Yeah, I don't see anything that says green view, but that's again probably because they don't offer putting. So they don't really care if you see the green. I think it's beneficial though, if they could add it. So 30 yards is what we're looking for. We want to dig this into the ground and shoot it up. We just did that. It's so wild because I'm looking at the SkyTrak to see if it read, just because I'm so used to looking at SkyTrak. In retrospect, if I look back, I'll see a purple light flash briefly on the Rapsodo saying that it picked it up, or blue. It might be a blue light. I think the SkyTrak is purple. That's the indicator that it did read the shot, and then the Rapsodo is actually blue. Yep, because it's green right now, saying that it's ready. After I hit the shot, if it changes to blue, then that's the right one. So look, we're at 37 right now. As long as we don't add 3. Oh, I don't know. We're going to see here. Let's see. We might be over already. Okay, par 4. We need to at least get it down there. Let's go to this May map. Let's go ahead and try to hit a 5-iron that distance. So we're going to need 2 5-irons here basically to get there. And they need to be good 5-irons also, not this half concocted 5-iron. We need to get this 5-iron there. We need it to go 180, 190 yards. I hit that fat, so that's not going to happen. And I want to show you guys this in the replay. I want to show you this at the impact. You're going to see what I just told you happened on this replay. You can't see it here, but you will certainly see it here. Right behind the ball, that's what happened. When you hear a golfer say they hit it fat, that's because they hit so far behind the ball instead of through the ball. And that's what put us in this position. So again, let's see if we can salvage it. Might be a green light to go ahead and pull a 3-wood out just because. Let's go ahead and do that. Need to play a 3-wood. I feel like I'm warm now. So let's go ahead and take this shot at it. Might be able to go around this tree. It's probably a gamble, but you know what? At this point, we're only going to know if we try. So let's just try. Aim it out here. Literally just want to get in the air over that tree if possible and see where we end up. 3-wood. Try to hit that draw in to out. A solid 3-wood. Now let's see if we clear that tree. We did not. We actually hit the tree. I'm going to take another shot at it. I just feel like I can get that shot. I'm going to do it again. Exit that. We're going to mulligan it. We're going to take one more attempt at it. Still going to aim it out this direction. And let's go. I made good contact with that. So that did not feel like 90% air. I felt like that could have gone through, but I feel like they just put a graphics wall that says, if you're here, you shall not pass. All right, we are aggressively aiming to the right to play this power fade. Let's go. There it is. I got it in the air. I know that. over the tree. Okay, we clipped the tree. Nonetheless, I gave it a go. I got it in the air. That's going to be nice footage for a replay to see what a 3-wood looks like when we hit it. Boom. Let's look at the impact vision. Came across it. Boom. Got it in the air though, so it did clip the top of that tree, and that was a good shot. All right, 75 yards. Down to gonna take a pitching wedge. I'm gonna do a little bit of a test here. I'm gonna try to do like a half swing with the pitching wedge, maybe 3/4, and see if this is the club for that 75 distance. I don't have my wedge matrix in front of me, so this is all just testing. Half to 3/4 what I'm looking for with this pitching wedge. That's about a half. How cool is that? So rather than having to take my lob wedge 3/4 and do all the turning, I took a pitching wedge just a little bit past half, made pure contact with draw, and that's what delivered that shot. So again, another tool in the bag. That should finish us out, I believe. So let's just see what this ended with, and then we'll go from here and call it a day. 2 putts. Ended up shooting a 42. So I think it was 41 actually on my other round. Now I'll go check it. I'll go check to make sure. But the point here is that you guys saw 2 representations of the same course on 2 separate launch monitors that give you the same type of experience, which is I am playing a course. I am putting my skills to the test. The launch monitor is giving me accurate information. The Rapsodo is giving me visual feedback. So all of that is just amazing to me. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it, and I look forward to doing more videos with the Rapsodo. Eventually, I'm going to connect it to GS Pro, and I'm going to play a full round with auto putt on just to see how it operates. Thank you guys, and we'll see you again next time. Take care.